be the greatest jobs president that God ever created. I tell you that. I'll bring back our jobs from China, from Mexico, from Japan, from so many places. I'll bring back our jobs, and I'll bring back our money.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Philip Klein, managing editor, WashingtonExaminer.com, author of Overcoming Obamacare. There it is on your screen. Okay, Philip, welcome, sir. You wrote a great piece the other day talking about how this candidacy of Donald Trump's actually helps Hillary Clinton. Now, interesting today, Hillary blamed Donald Trump's rhetoric, in part, I guess, for the shooting in the South Carolina church. So piece all that together.
Well, I think that my point is that, right now, as it is with a Republican field of 16 candidates, there's already a degree of a sort of circus atmosphere to it. And I think that Donald Trump adds to that. And Hillary Clinton is trying to position herself as this sort of above-it-all stateswoman with gravitas and trying to make the Republican candidates look small. And I think that if you throw a clown like Donald Trump into the race, it just does more to make it look like that. She's going to be out as a prohibitive favorite, rolling out policy ideas while Republican candidates are in debates mixing it up with Donald Trump.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And again, to her comments, which, they did it to Sarah Palin, but nobody the stature of a Hillary Clinton did it when Gabby Giffords was shot. They immediately started pegging Sarah Palin because on her website she had crosshairs on certain congressional districts that she said were targeting. But for Hillary Clinton to quote basically what Trump said about Mexicans coming across the border, they're not sending us their best, etc., and to kind of piece that together to account for this terrible attack in South Carolina, even for Hillary, that's really a long shot.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hear those comments on Donald Trump, so I wouldn't want to comment on that specifically. I'm just talking about the sort of specifics of how his presence affects the dynamics of the race.
Absolutely. Well, all right, now let's talk about another piece you wrote, and that is, of course, the swing state poll that came out the other day, which, in these key swing states, you got Florida, you got Pennsylvania, you got Ohio, and this honest and trustworthy issue keeps popping up against Hillary.
Yeah, I think that's a really big problem for her because basically Hillary Clinton has as close to universal name recognition as you could get as a political figure. And most people don't trust her in these key swing states, which is also true of nationally. And so the problem that she faces is that when you have such high name recognition, it's harder to change people's minds. It's going to be harder for her to earn the trust of Americans because it's not as if they're getting to know her for the first time, that she's going to be reintroduced to them. They know what she's all about, and they still don't trust her. Whereas other Republican candidates, they have the ability to really shape public opinion and introduce themselves to the public in a flattering way. And in a lot of these polls, even where she's ahead, she's still mired in the kind of 40s, which again, for a candidate that has such high name recognition as her, it's not the greatest sign because typically when there's one nominee in a party, then that tends to elevate that nominee and improve their polling numbers.
Yep, absolutely. Philip, great talking to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. All right, Give Me Five is next, folks. But first, you know what we do every day at this time. We tell you a little bit about what's coming up on The Wrap. The Wrap follows this show every night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And co-host Rick Unger. Yeah, he's here. Hello, Rick. He's here. He's joining us to give you a preview of the Friday night edition of the Daily Wrap that, again, follows this show at 7 p.m. Eastern. So, Rick, what do you got for us?
Thanks, Steve. Tonight on The Wrap, law enforcement sources are reporting that Dylan Roof, the man accused of murdering 9 people inside a historic church in Charleston, South Carolina, has admitted to his crimes. Roof, who was arraigned today in a South Carolina court and charged with 9 counts of murder, is said to have confessed his crimes to local officers, telling them that he had been planning the attack for 6 months. We'll have all the latest developments on this breaking story tonight. Then, with Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders climbing in the polls in the early primary state of New Hampshire, could the avowed socialist represent a real challenge to the Hillary Clinton candidacy? We'll answer that question and much more tonight on the Daily Wrap, immediately following the Malzberg Show, right here on Newsmax TV. Hope you'll join us.